Hey, Elder Distaggio here, back at you with some Castle Clash videos. We just cleared out Dungeon 4 a little bit ago. That was actually a pretty fun one, decent boss there, decent garrison. But now I kind of been ignoring this, but let's come to Dungeon 5. Let's do this together for the first time ever as we go through and play it out. I have not seen these, I have not watched any videos on it. I'm just kind of using logic here. And basically one thing to consider about Dungeon 5 is pretty much for all of it, it's got low garrison. It's not super powerful garrison. We took a look at it there. What I immediately realized is I do maybe need to change my heroes around a little bit. So we're going to go with Cupid and Pumpkin Duke because we are going to do a Pumpkin Duke stack strategy, which essentially means we're going to drop Pumpkin Duke first, let him stack up a few times. Cupid helps him do that quickly. And it also helps to have two healers. I like to have two healers when I'm running these just because those annoying towers are so... But, so I am running a Druid and Orksbane plus a Mortep, and that's essentially my hero set there. Spirit Mage, I like Spirit Mage for all of the expert dungeons simply because he flies and doesn't get hit by bombs. So there I'm going to drop the Guardian plus all my heroes starting with Pumpkin Duke. He's going to get a proc off for 2, and then we're going to go with the Ares Frenzy, and it's just going to plow right through this dungeon, right to left. This is Dungeon 5, Level 1 is how I'm going to call them. I'm just going to order them because there's 10 of them per dungeon. Let's just number them 1 through 10. So this is, again, Dungeon 5, Level 1. Pretty easy, a right to left clear. I like to drop by those McFaddy McLovin guys. Those are the, I always forget their name. It's the top one there on the right side of the screen, but you can see we cleared that, no deaths, just use some magic. And we're going to rebuy all that magic, and you kind of saw what it was. It's Ares Frenzy and Ares Fervor and Ice Storm plus Guardian Angel. And here I made a mistake, so what I did was I saw those 4 army camps right there, and I thought immediately to myself, it's got to be a Pumpkin Duke stack. So we got to drop Guardian, then Pumpkin Duke first, drop Pumpkin Duke, then all the rest, go with Frenzy, and then it should just annihilate the whole screen. And maybe if I used Santa Boom there, it would have worked, but I decided to take Santa Boom out in favor of Orksbane. Really, I think in that Orksbane and Mortep slot could have been really anyone. I think this is a pretty easy one, but as you can see here, no Pumpkin Dukes going, a lot of garrisons, those towers are firing in on everyone. And then there's this little open slot there. You could barely see it. It was hidden by a tower. There's an open slot, so all my heroes pathed the long way around and in, and that just was death. And so I switched up my heroes, and I grabbed 16 Ornithopters, brought in Santa Boom, okay? Santa Boom instead of a Mortep, and then I'm going to drop right on that slot there, okay? That's the secret magic slot right there. I didn't see it before, but now we're going to come in, and yes, during these dungeons, as you go through them, you will fail a bit, and you will eventually get them. The only really super duper crazy tough one is the last one. I'm going to call it Dungeon 5 Level 10 because it does have a super high garrison and the boss seems to insta-kill me all the time. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now we're Dungeon 5 and look at that. Santa Boom, are you going to make it? Are you going to make it, buddy? Are you going to make it? That magic tower, the good news there on that is it's not very damaging. It's annoying, it's just not very damaging. So next here, we're going to go to the third one in, Dungeon 5, Expert Dungeon 5, third one in. And I was kind of looking at that little path up. See that center section where the town hall is surrounded by the mana mills? See that? I'm thinking I'm just let this one ride. I don't really see anything that's too crazy. Don't think I'm going to drop in on those openings right there. I think I just want to come in and do a Pumpkin Duke stack right by the Centaurs and Dirty Birds, which is what I call Griffins. Centaurs, sometimes call those Hoochie Mamas. So, in other words, what we got there is we're going to do a Pumpkin Duke stack on Hoochie Mamas and Dirty Birds. That's the plan here. So, Guardian's going to come down first. And sometimes I drop a Frenzy too, or I'll just let them stack up a little bit and then come in with the Frenzy, and then I'm going to drop the rest of my Ornithopters. I kind of split that pack up just so I could get the Ares Frenzy off in time, and then I'm just going to basically clear this southeast to northwest. And I did lose Druid there. Again, that's a little bit of a problem with Groundwalkers. Notice the ones that I've lost here. I've lost all my Groundwalkers. It's because of the annoying bombs. And look at Santa Boom. Look at him. He's running. He's running up the path. He's running up. And what's coming at him? All these bombs. And so this is a case where what would have been better for me there is an all-flying team. you know, like a dragon, Vlad Dracula, etc. But, I mean, we got it beat, and I took a huge amount of casualties. I mean, risk-reward, it's just a little weird. It's super high risk and no reward. Yeah, I got 30 shards, but do you know how easy it is for everyone right now to get 40 shards with no risk? It's super easy, so that's where I'm going to stop because I need to rebuild my team, and I also ran out of gold on that one, so I need to farm up some gold here, and then we will get her done in part 2. So this is Dungeon 5 part 1, there'll be a part 2 and a part 3, and I am still stuck on the last one in Dungeon 5. As always, keep it dirty and dirty up.